Evening, Utah Jazz fans, analyst Sim here. It is the last day of the NBA draft and it's all over. Jazz have their guys. And this man right here, Ace Bailey, is now a Jazz man. And we also got this man right here. Whoa. Walter Clayton Jr. at 18, our second pick. And today, we got our third pick, John Tonje. We've done it. 2025 draft is done. Summer League is going to be, it's the 26th of June, so Summer League should be in another 2 weeks, I believe, within 2 weeks. So it's going to be exciting. And I'm really happy with the picks that we got. My overall impression is that Ace Bailey literally is an A-star talent. He's the one that I always wanted all along. He's the one that, for me, he's got that world class talent. He's the one that's capable of really taking the Jazz to the next level, at least with this core group. Like, I love Larry Markkinen, and if Larry Markkinen was 24, I would be ecstatic. Like, Larry would be the guy. But right now, that's not the case. Then you got Walter Clayton Jr. I thought we always needed a point guard. What more of a combo guard, somebody who could play the point, the one and the two. But they went with more of a pure point guard, and they went with someone who has lots of experience, and that is something I didn't see coming. I didn't see them going with Walter Clayton Jr., someone who was already pretty experienced, 22 years old. I don't think that's old, especially with my age right now. Um, but in comparison to a lot of the other guys there, Walter Clayton Jr., at least before today, was the oldest of most of the Jazz players. Like, he'd be the oldest rookie. He's older than Keontae and Isaiah. Even I think he's older than Filipowski as well. I think Filipowski's about to turn 22 like this season, from what I understand. But don't quote me on that. But he's a seasoned rookie, which is what I love. I have no problem with that. And what's best of all, he was a star of college basketball and he knows what it's like to win. So for me, that's a big plus. And then John Tonje, not gonna lie, I don't know anything about John Tonje. He was nowhere near any of my boards. I mean, I had Hunter Salas, I had Ryan Kalkbrenner, I had Kobe Brea. I, 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 I had tons of guys on there before John Tonje, and I remember seeing his name. I mean, for crying out loud, like, I thought the Jazz probably even could have drafted Dink Pate before John Tonje, but they went for John Tonje, and in a way, I'm also not surprised after seeing how it was day one of the NBA draft. The Jazz and Austin Ainge are clearly going for more experience. And it makes sense because you can't have so many young players. Now, what I saw online was that John Tonje is 25, but he can play. Like, I saw that from Tony Jones, commenting on my timeline, but he's a good shooter, and I hope he is. I look forward to seeing what he can do in summer league. And this draft, I gotta say, I felt like the Jazz got it right. You could see the direction in which the Jazz are moving, and I like where they're moving because I know that at some point in the future, the winning part is going to come. And a guy like Walter Clayton Jr. really exemplifies that, someone who's done it, and I could see him there doing for the Jazz. And hey, I love me some Isaiah Collier, but he probably has a lot of competition right now. But that's fine. Competition is good. It just means that we're going to get the best out of that. But I do have some worries. I do have some worries. Not really with John Tonje and not really with Walter Clayton Jr. I think those two guys are going to be fine. But I have to go back to Ace Bailey. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. He has an agent that everybody will probably know now. I think his name is Omar Cooper, that is calling the shots. And before, I used to think that it was a bit of both the agent and the player. I truly do believe now that this is all agent. Looking at seeing how Ace was on day one of the NBA draft, and even though I do believe that he wasn't very happy, like I think as the night went on, I think he started to be happy about it. I think he started to think, you know what, I've gotten drafted. I'm in the NBA. Let's go up and work and do what I got to do. But we have a problem, and I have a tweet from Andy Lawson, who's a local Jazz reporter who spoke to Avery Bradley, who is the Jazz VP of Player Development, on whether Ace Bailey is going to come to Utah in the normal time frame. And this is what was said, and I quote: "It is my understanding that all of our draft picks are going to be here this weekend and preparing for summer league. So yes, that doesn't sound like that sounds like a textbook answer. Like yes, it's going to happen because that's just generally what players do, but that's not specifically with Ace Bailey and how things operate with him. And it does seem like there's other things that are going on with the Ace Bailey camp that I don't like. Like this doesn't reassure me. Like until I see Ace Bailey like train with the Jazz, I won't be comfortable with this. Even more so, I got another one on draft night tonight. We had this was from Draft Express. Shout out to Legion Hoops. I'm just gonna play it, but like it looks like the media were trying to get some commentary about whether Ace Bailey what's he gonna do now with the Jazz? Like, what's is he gonna commit to the Jazz now and really lay all of this to rest? Because he could have just like finished this and this wouldn't be an issue. But now we're having this ridiculousness. I mean, this is what it says. Let me just play it. Yes. So kind of reassure everything that's going on. There's going to be a press conference at some point. It's probably going to be Monday, would probably be my guess. So like Monday evening around this time, probably earlier than that. It's coming up to 11 p.m. here in the middle of Canada. But I expect that Ace Bailey will be doing some type of press conference with Walter Clayton Jr., with John Tonje. But the fact that his agent is behaving in this way, this is when you start thinking the worst instead of hoping for the best. Now, see what I want as a Utah Jazz fan. This is what I want. This I want to see this Ace Bailey. Him and Lauren Green. Right here. This is what I want. I wanna see this young man be in front of us. You know, at least look like he's somewhat happy and positive, and so us fans can really get behind. Like I don't want to hear any of this like crap. Look, great. He made a great decision. I believe he made a great decision. But all of these uncertainties is really worrying me. So leave a comment below on what you guys think. I will definitely be finding out and keeping you guys posted. and giving my thoughts on everything that's going on. I definitely think it's concerning as a Utah Jazz fan. I personally, I don't like it. I think this is yeah, this doesn't sound great. And I've watched a lot of drafts, and yeah, there's some that are, up and down, but not like this. This sounds, this feels not right. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm over exaggerating, and I hope somebody's like, "Nah, you don't know what you're talking about." I hope it's that, but yeah, fingers crossed. But thank you again for listening. If you stay there this long, I must have done something right. So thank you once again for watching and listening. And as you can see, I have no subscribers, so maybe one of you likes me so much, you'll be my first subscriber. And if you do, leave a comment below. Thank you very much. And yeah, I will see you next time. You'll definitely probably see another video clip or another shorts from me tomorrow. Bye bye.